Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm about 5 minutes late today. Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness. I've had a morning already. I did not sleep very well last night at all. And I decided to get up at crazy hour, 3:45 this morning. I was wide awake. I'm going to need all the coffee today. I have a very busy day ahead of me, but of course I don't want to skip my video. So I would never do that unless, there was a real big reason, and I would keep you informed for sure. So I came down here at 3:45 this morning, and it was, I don't know. I had coffee and I was working and I lost track of time. I actually lost track of time. I didn't get out for my walk today because I kept on working. Hi, Rebecca. Hello, Donna. And then I looked up and I was like, oh my God, I got to go get my breakfast and get in the shower. And so that's why I have no reason to be late. And when you get up at 3:45, you should not be 5 minutes late for your video, right? How does that happen? Only in my world. Anyway, I apologize if I've kept you waiting, but thank you for joining me. If you're watching the replay, thank you for coming back to join me. Hi, Joy. Hello, Pam. Hi, Barbara. Hello, everyone. We're going to have a super hot day here. I think we might break a record here in Calgary today. So the people down at the Stampede grounds, oh my goodness, they are in for a hot day. Okay, so today, but I actually have my Boston Pizza class. My evening class is tonight, so I'll be going to that. And also my daughter is volunteering today. There's a lot of stuff going on here, but it's okay. It's okay. Need to slow down a bit. Yeah, I think I do. You're right. It's coming. It's coming. I'm going to be going home. I still call it home, to Newfoundland in August. August 17th, we're going home on the red-eye flight to see our families back there. I am so excited, over the moon excited to go see my dad, wrap my arms around him, and my in-laws, my wonderful in-laws. If you are a friend of mine on Facebook, and you see me post all the time about our family, right? We miss them. They are all the way clear across the country. So we do like to go home every year and see them. We still call it home. I mean, I've lived here for 25 years, but our hearts are still in Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. I was born in Halifax, but raised in Newfoundland. Spent all my summers in Halifax. From the time I was like 5 years old, I spent the summers with my grandparents. I'd go up there at the end of June and I'd stay till the end of August and come back and go to school. My grandparents, my grandfather was in the RCMP and he retired young. So they were young grandparents and they loved having us. I went by myself for the first couple of years, and then my sister Barb, who's 2 years younger than me, we would both go up there all summer. We have so many great memories of the Halifax area. Our grandparents took us everywhere. We went to McNabb's Island, like all the places, right? We had fantastic summers up there. The weather was, I just remember it as being so hot all the time and so nice and sunny. Anyway, let's get started. I have a fun card to share with you today using the Round We Go bundle, my bundle of the week. I can't say enough about this bundle. The photopolymer stamps, I tried to use them just by themselves yesterday. The only thing I used on my card yesterday from the dies were the centers of the flowers. But today we're going to dive in a little deeper. Hi, Krista, you're back from your trip. I hope you had a fantastic trip out here in Calgary. Did you go to the Stampede? What did you do? Did you have a good time? I hope you stayed stayed cool. It's super hot out here. And I know it's hot back there too. So just par for the course. Good morning, everyone. Holiday in Halifax last year. So fun, Maggie says. Yes, Halifax is a beautiful city. I love it there. I thought I was going to end up living there. When I was a little girl, I used to tell my grandparents all the time I was going to go there. I was going to go to university there. But then I fell in love with a boy who went to university in St. John's, and he did engineering, and the rest was history, right? So it's those the love of our life that often leads us down a different path, right? All right. Okay, I'm sure you didn't tune in here to hear about my love life, but anyway, my husband and I are super happy to be in Calgary, and it's been very good to us. Alberta's been very good to us. Okay, let's get started. Hi, Jennifer McKay. Hello, hello. Hi, Michelin from Florida. I'm going to put my coffee down here, off to the side, out of the way, and we're going to get started. A cruise planned. Yes, a cruise plan that stops in Halifax. I said that to my husband one time and he's like, no, we'll just fly home and do what we normally do. But I think that would be really cool I think the cruise is, I don't know, leave from Boston or maybe down in Florida and they probably come up the East Coast. I think that would be super cool to do that and stop in Halifax and then head over to St. John's. Like, oh, I hope you're going to have a great time. Let us know how that goes, Joanne. Keep us posted. Okay, I don't even have the card done. So we're gonna be, this one is in my head. This is in Rose's head, this one that we're gonna make today. So I hope it turns out. I have an idea and I hope it turns out. Let's get started. Okay, we'll flip the camera now. Hello, Marlene. Hi, Jennifer. Hello, Pat. Hi, Pam. 114 degrees in St. George, Utah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love St. George. That's where they had Founders Circle. I got to go 2014 and 2015. The last 2 years of Founders Circle, I was so honored to be able to go there, and it was hot. We went in September, and it was super hot in September. It was crazy hot. So enjoy the heat. If you like the heat, if you don't like the heat, I hope you stay cool. May you find the best of both worlds, right? Okay, here we go. We're going to flip the camera. And there's my backyard. We still got green grass. I don't know how we've got green grass. Mother Nature helped us out with that one. Because we had a water main break here in Calgary and the grass has not been watered by the sprinkler for a very long time. The only watering has come from Mother Nature. So I'm grateful for the little bit of rain that we did have during that crazy time. All right, there's my host code for the week, guys. Thank you so much for your orders. I appreciate you all so much for ordering using that host code. You don't have to order my bundle of the week. I know many of you already have this one. You've told me it was one of the first ones that you ordered. So smart people. But you can get my card kits when you place your minimum $60 order using that code at the top of the screen. And the stamp set that I'm featuring and the bundle is called Round We Go this week. And it is an amazing bundle. Let me grab my sticky notes so you can see the letters bigger, the numbers bigger. 163,730. It is $62, which is perfect because you're going to get my 5 card kits from me, and you're also going to get a $6 bonus days coupon from Stampin' Up. So that's a perk that is happening right now. It's a promotion. So during the month of July, when you spend $60, you get a $6 every $60. So if you spend $120, you'll get 2, and so on and so on. And many of you have sent me messages saying how you've collected so many bonus days coupons already, and that is so awesome. I'm excited to see what you will redeem them for in August. All right, let's get started. We're going to play with the dies. There's so many amazing dies in this set. I've got 2 more over here on my machine. These 2 here have the little holes in them. They will cut the holes. They don't cut the outside edge, but they cut the holes, so that's super cool as well. They have different features, these dies, so I thought we would dive into these a little bit more. And let me just put that up here. Well, I'll put it right there. And then you can see the item code if you need to jot that down. Okay, so today's card, we're going to bring in Early Espresso as the card base. I was thinking a neutral color that I don't reach for very often, but I thought today I would make my card with Early Espresso. So I'm bringing that into my paper trimmer. I'm going to cut it in half at 5.5, and we're going to score at 4 1/4, like so. There we go. And there's my card base. Now we're going to need a basic white layer. So let me grab some of that. Basic white. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. That's easy peasy. That's my front layer. We're going to do a bunch of stuff on that. It's going to be my front layer. And then we are going to play with the dies. Let's bring those dies in. I want to share with you what I want to do. So I want to make some flowers, and I thought we would pair these two dies together. These two, like, they're like star dies, flower dies. Very hot in Western New York area, even tornado warnings for us this evening. Oh my goodness. I hope you stay safe, Lori. Oh my goodness. Yes, with the hot weather brings lots of storms. Lots of storms. It's not Thursday, so it should work out. Thank you, Joy. That is so funny. Yes, I'm a little scared for tomorrow, you guys. My last couple of Thursdays have been, oh my goodness, kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. But thank you for coming back. Okay, so we're going to make two different images here. I want to pair these together. So I'm going to cut, let's see, what color should I use? I think I'm going to use peach pie and pumpkin pie. Sounds yummy, doesn't it? Peach pie and pumpkin pie. And I'm also going to, I want to use, should I go purple? Should I do Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia? Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. That's kind of calling me. I think I want to use those colors. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this off because this is no good. We're going to use Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. Let me just grab those. Or should I use Pretty in Pink? No, I used Pretty in Pink yesterday. I think I'm going to go to the purples. I haven't pulled out the purples for a while. So let's grab Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. All right, I'm just going to grab my scraps. Just run into my drawer here. Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. Where are you? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to cut Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. I think they'll go really nicely together. And I also would like to grab something for the center of the flowers. Maybe I should go with Lemon Lolly. What do you guys think? Lemon Lolly, Daffodil Delight for the center. I'm thinking. Okay, so I want to layer this up. I'm going to try to cut two at a time. So this one here, I'm going to do with both the peach pie and Highland Heather. I'm going to do two at a time. And then the Fresh Freesia is going to be this one. I forgot to grab the pumpkin pie. So I need to grab a pumpkin pie like that. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Lemon Lolly. Wonder what Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock would look like. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be grabbing those. Yes, for sure. I think I need you to pick my green. Do I want to use Shy Shamrock or Summer Splash? Rose is making up her own colors. Summer Splash or Shy Shamrock? I'm just going to go grab my pumpkin pie. And I'm looking for your comment here. Summer Splash or Shy Shamrock? Summer Splash, Joyce says. Joyce was the first person I see. Summer Splash. Okay, grabbing Summer Splash and pumpkin pie. All right. Summer Splash, pumpkin pie. And while I'm over here, I'm grabbing some Lemon Lolly. Yummy, yummy. Oh, the yummy colors today, guys. Look at that. Okay, so we've got some pumpkin pie. We're going to cut this one here out of pumpkin pie. So I'm just going to take my square like this. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to talk as loud as I can. I know I'm moving around my craft room, so please bear with me. And maybe turn up the volume on your phone just in case you can't hear me. Hopefully you can. Okay, so those are my blooms. Now my centers, I'm not quite sure if I want a big one or a small one. So let's do this. We're going to take our Lemon Lolly, chop it up. We're going to double it up because I know that I can cut through two of these guys. Okay, so we're going to get two centers. And then our Summer Splash, you guessed it, this is going to be the stem of our flowers, okay? I was going to bring in pecan pie, but let's do a green stem. Let's keep all the bright, fun colors. All right, so for the stem, just bringing back my paper trimmer. I don't have a lot of room in front of the camera here. I'm going to use this to cut. I'm going to use my paper trimmer to cut a 1/4 inch strip. So I'm just going to go down the length of this scrap piece here. And look at that. I just got a 1/4 inch strip, and we're going to try and make that work. Let me grab another one just in case I don't have to bring in the trimmer again. And we all have scraps, right? Hold on to your scraps because you can use them. Alrighty, now what else do we need? So we've got the stems to our flowers, we've got the centers, we've got the flowers. We need, I'm going to put these flowers behind a picket fence, you guys. I've been dying to do this. So this is crumb cake. We're going to make a crumb cake. Yes, we are. Picket fence. Here we go. We're going to take this die. This is the die that I used on Monday. 2 of these nestled together make your rosette, but we're not making rosettes today. We're making a picket fence. Now you could do a white picket fence, but I'm going to make mine crumb cake for today. So I don't need this big a piece. So I'm just going to trim this down. Now we're going to grab some Post-it tape so that things don't go flying on me here. I'm going to hold this piece down right here. And then we're going to put a piece on both of these circles like that. Line it all up so you can see what I'm doing here. And then we need one for each of these blooms. And I'm going to go forward and back on my machine because I am testing it out here to see if it'll cut through both colors of these, the blooms, okay? Alrighty, so now we've got everything we need. Let's grab our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and put everything on the platform. All right, so we're gonna just line them up here like this. Now this long guy, I wanna put that in with the short end is gonna hit the wheels first. I wanna make sure of that because I know it's gonna cut better that way. And then I'll put these, I got lots of room on my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine platform. Okay, here we go. Now I know I'm cutting through 2 pieces of cardstock, so if I want to make sure that does not jiggle and move around, I'm going to add another piece here and make sure it stays anchored to my top plate. I love this Post-it tape, and it's reusable too. So a lot of times I'll just take these and I'll just stick them on the handle of my machine and they're ready to go. If you're wondering where I got that, I think I've told you a couple times, but I did get this on Amazon. Okay, you can buy this on Amazon if you can't find Post-it tape at your local, you know, office supply store. I found mine on Amazon because I was having trouble at Staples here in Calgary. I couldn't find it for, I gave up. I actually gave up because I was like, I can't find it. But I found it on Amazon. So I like to share all my good news with you. Thanks, Joanne. Yes, I love this machine too. So I'm going to go forward, and when it snaps, cracks, pops, snap, crackle, pop, like Rice Krispies, like that, we're going to go back. We're going back. We're going to go back and back. And you got to be very careful when you go forward and back with dies, because sometimes if your dies aren't anchored down, they will go chomp chomp on your cardstock. Ask me how I know that. They'll go chomp chomp and you will not get the effect that you want. So it looks like, take a look. This is what I do too. I like to take it off and make sure. Now this one, I think that could use another run. So we're going to run that through one more time. And you can also even take it, I'm going to do this time. I'm going to put the blade pointing up because I'm not real happy with the center of that. Remember, I was testing this out, right? So these are fine. I know they've cut out, but these, yeah, I'm not sure. So instead of trying to poke at that, I'm just going to go back through one more time. This time the blade is pointing up. Okay, so blade pointing up, and we're going to go, I'm just going to go one run, and I think that'll be enough to do it. Let's take a look. Can't believe I got new plates like, oh my goodness, what, 2 weeks ago, and they're already all cut up. That's just the way they're supposed to look. Now this is cut through. I can see all the cut lines. Now I'm really happy with that. So we'll go ahead and we'll peel off. Yeah, Kathleen got hers from Amazon as well. Yep. And you know, like you get it the next day, right? It's the best. Okay, so here we go. We got blooms in Peach Pie, and we've got one in Highland Heather. So I don't know. I think my best advice would be to run these by themselves because I did have to go forward and back, and then I ended up going a third time. So just save yourself some time and just do them one at a time. So it is quite detailed. I mean, look at all the little cuts. Okay, so let's get all of this out of our dies. Put our die, excuse me, put our dies back. There we go. I like to drop my die on the glass mat, and it helps things pop out. Now my pumpkin pie might need a little bit of nudging here, a little convincing, but I'm going to make it work. It's going to be okay. It's that center right in here where the little cuts are really tiny. That's where I'm having the trouble here, but we're going to make this work. Look at that. I'm fluffing up that flower as I go. Okay, so I think I've got it. Might be a couple of little pieces here that need more encouraging. Yeah. So yeah, just do one at a time, guys. Don't do what I do. Learn from my mistakes. Alrighty, we're gonna make it work. Just this one right there. Okay, I didn't lose any petals, so I'm happy with that. Whew. Okay, we've got that. Now let's check out our centers, which are gonna be fine because they're just circles, they're not detailed. I was really risking it with those daisies. The blooms. And here's my centers. Now I've got 4 of them. I don't need 4, but I wanted to just cut them because I know I'm going to need them eventually. So there we go. Put our dies back. And now we can layer these together. So what I want to do, we have this one here, which has our pointy petals. And then we have our curved petals. So we're going to pair those together. So we're just going to take them and pop them on top like this. And in the spaces in between, we're going to put on top. And we're going to do the same thing with the fresh freesia and the, what did I use? Highland Heather. I had to stop and think for a second. Okay, so I'm going to grab my whatchamacallit. That's not what it's called. My silicone mat, thank you. And we're going to put these all together, and we're going to use these lemon lolly centers. I'm thinking I need the small ones. The small ones will probably be the best size for this project. You could do them in early espresso and make them like Black-Eyed Susans, right? That would be fun. Okay, so I'm going to put my glue on the back one, the pointy petaled one. And then we'll just pick this up, and if you got any little fuzzy bits, make sure you get them off. Don't want those sticking down on my card. Okay, so you're just going to take the petals and put them into the gaps. So fun how they made this die so that it can, these dies so that they fit together like that. Isn't that cool? And then once you got that done, you can add your glue. And let's see, I mean, you could put the big one, but that's awfully, to me, that's too big for a center. So we're going to put the small one. I think the small one is a better fit. There we go. All right, we'll do the same thing with the pumpkin pie and the peach pie. Pumpkin pie and peach pie, and they go so nicely together. Doesn't that sound yummy to have pumpkin pie and peach pie? And how about a cup of early espresso to go with that pumpkin pie and peach pie? Oh my goodness. Okay, Rose is a little bit giddy. It's the sleep deprivation. Okay, so now we've got our blooms. We're going to put these bigger centers away for my next project. And we're going to put that smaller one right there. And look at that. 2 beautiful flowers. And I mean, you could do these flowers in the reds. You could do cherry cobbler. You could do the yellows. You could do lemon lolly with pumpkin pie, moody mauve, wild wheat. You get the picture, right? Oh, so fun. Now look at our picket fence. This is the die that cuts out the piece that you can actually fold it up, right? There's score lines here to make your rosette. Now, if you wanted to reinforce those score lines, you could do that. So I'm going to be sending you some crumb cake cardstock so that you can run this through, because you do need to have the bundle. So you'll be running these dies through with your own dies, your own personal dies. So if you want to just emphasize the picket fence, I'm just going to like reinforce these score lines to see that actually looks more realistic, right? So you can go ahead and do that. You can fold up your score lines, but you don't need to like use your bone folder or anything. I'm just doing this, loosely just to add more 3 dimension to our card. Okay, so that is going to go at the bottom of this piece of white, but I don't want the scallops on the bottom. I'm just going to have the picket fence, but I haven't made this card, so I'm not quite sure how tall I want my fence to be. And I love that this die is longer than I need, so I can go ahead and glue it down and then trim off the edges, right? And then our blooms are going to be positioned like about here and here. You can put one shorter and one taller. And we've got room. I'm thinking there's room for a greeting. Yes, there's lots of white space. And I was looking at the dies and I'm like, I want to put a sunshine up in the sky. So here's what I came up with to do some sunshine. So I took a piece of scrap paper and I was just running the dies through, and I ran, let me bring the dies in and show you which one I did. I did this one with this kind of looks like sun rays to me with the jagged, with the pointy edges. So I just cut one out in white and I thought, there's my negative image. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it up in the corner up here like this to expose the corner of the card. And then we're going to bring in some of our two yellows I love. We have Daffodil Delight and Lemon Lolly, and we're going to use both of these. So let's use Lemon Lolly first, and we're going to do a little bit of sponging. This is a technique in itself, this using your dies to make mask, right? Make a mask for your card. So I'm just going to use Lemon Lolly, and we're just going to use this mask, and you can keep this with your stamp set, and you keep reusing it, right? So there, you can see how I've got a little bit of the sunshine. If you want to do a little bit more, you can put the mask back and you can add more color to, I want to get those, the rays of sunshine. There we go. So we've got a sunshine there. And then I was like, well, what about, I was playing with some other dies. So I ran these two through. So that's the die. These are the two dies that leave the holes in your cardstock. So this one, there's like a couple that didn't get poked out. So that's kind of cool, right? You could just like stamp your greeting and then just do a little outline. So what I did is I ran this one through and I really liked the negative image that was left behind. And I thought, oh, what if I put that on top of my sunshine? And I did a little more sponging, but this time bring in Daffodil Delight. What would that look like? Let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to take my blending brush, and we're going to go over the top of this funky little die, and we're going to add those rays of sunshine and see if we can just do a little bit of highlighting on the sun. And there we have it. We got a sunshine with rays pointing down. So there we go. We've used the dies as the negative image. Now, so that's good. I'm happy with that. And we've got our picket fence on the bottom. Now we need our stems for these flowers. And you guys chose the Summer Splash, which I love. So let's go ahead and just do that. Let's just put the stems on here. So I'm just going to flip these over. Easy peasy. And we'll do a little dab of glue right in the center. Like that. We can actually go out a little bit further because we're going to be anchoring these down, gluing these down to the card anyway. So you can use a little extra glue and then just take your stems and add them, right? So we're just going to add that right there. And I'll grab my scissors and snip. We can adjust the length of these stems when we go to put it on the card. And we'll just put this one here, give it a second to adhere, and snip like that. And then you want to grab your glue again and add a little strip of glue to the stem like that. And then you can go ahead and put these on your card. So for me, I want to figure out what my greeting is going to be first. You know, I'm not really liking that sunshine as much as I did when I practiced. Let me flip that over and try this again. Let's do this again. It's a little bit dark. The Daffodil Delight's a little bit too strong. So let's try again. Rose is just, I'm just being picky today, but that's okay. We can do that, right? You get two chances with your cardstock. So we're going to move these blooms away for a second. We're going to repeat the sun. Let's repeat the sun. And we're going to do Lemon Lolly as a background. In case you're just joining me, I'm repeating this part here. We're using the negative image here from the die, and we're going to do a Lemon Lolly background. There's the sunshine. Now, to do the accent, I'm going to bring in my other negative image, and we'll put that on top. And we're going to use Daffodil Delight. And we're just going to add a little bit of darker. Not too dark, though. I think my other one was too dark. So let's see if this one's any better. And we're just going to add those rays of sunshine. Like that. And you can lift up, take a peek. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I'm happy I repeated that. What do you think? Give me a thumbs up if you think this one looks better on this side. I like that. It's more subtle. So when you do this at home, you can flip it over. Oh, thanks. Okay, I see your thumbs up. This one, this is the one I like. This was the other one. See how I did it a little too dark? And I was like, it doesn't really look realistic. This one here, I think, looks more realistic. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm happy now. Okay, so let's bring the stamps in and see what we're going to stamp. Like, what kind of card is this going to be? Well, my friends, you have lots of choices. Happy birthday going lengthwise, a smaller happiest birthday, hip hip hooray, and then you could put time to celebrate on the inside. Hip hip hooray, this is your day. That would be a cool one. Let's do hip hip hooray, this is your day on the inside. So for hip hip hooray, we'll grab that one, put it on a block. And we got lots of color choices we can choose to coordinate with this card. I'm actually thinking maybe I'll pull in one of the purples, the Highland Heather. Let's pull in Highland Heather and figure out where we're going to put this. So our picket fence is going to be down here at the bottom. We've got a flower bloom that's going to be a little taller and one that's going to be shorter. And our hip hip hooray, let's put that right here underneath the sunshine. I want to put that in first because then I will know where to put my flowers. So hip hip hooray. Gonna go right there under the sun. Oh my gosh. I am loving this card so far. What do you guys think? And then we're gonna take our flowers. We're gonna put one up high like this. And make sure the stem is straight. You don't want a crooked flower, right? Okay, one there. And then we'll put our other one right here. A little bit lower, like that. And then you can snip off the bottom, snip off the excess like that. We're just going to cover this up with a fence anyway, but snip that off. And then we'll put our picket fence in place. If you want the scallops on the bottom, you could keep it, but I'm actually thinking I just want a straight bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead like this and come a little. No, maybe it's cool to keep the bottom scallop. You know, it does look fancy, doesn't it? I'm just going to keep it. I'm just going to keep it. What do you guys think? Think I should keep it? Or should I shorten it? See, this is the thing when I don't have my card done ahead of time, then I have to rely on you guys to help me out. I think I want to go shorter because I want to put I'm going to put something here for leaves. So I am going to go shorter. Okay. I'm sorry I'm so indecisive. Sometimes this is real life crafting, right? Like this is how it is when you're at home too, right? I bet you're trying to figure out what should I do? What should I do? You just got to try it, and there's no mistakes in paper crafting, right? Like you're never going to mess it up. It's still going to look good. Okay, so we've got our picket fence, and I'm just pressing it down. And now I can bring in my paper trimmer, or you can use your scissors if you want to. I'm just going to use my paper trimmer because it'll be faster. We're going to trim off the extra bits. Okay, so popping that into my trimmer and lining it up with the cut line. Trim right there. And then the shorter pieces, I can bring my scissors in and just snip like that and like that. There we go. There we go. We've got our little flowers and the picket fence like that. And you like that, Mary? Thank you so much. Appreciate your feedback, you guys. Now we need something that like no flower looks like that, right? That's too perfect. So I was thinking, let's bring in the matching ribbon, right? And let's add some leaves. So if we take the ribbon and we just tie it around our finger and do a simple knot, we could use this as the leaves on our flower, like that. Just glue that down with a glue dot and that will add a fun little embellishment. Okay, so now we're just gonna snip that, and I think I got glue on my scissors. That's okay. We can clean that off later. Okay, so there, I'm gonna snip these little knots down. And when you get your ribbon, you can, I'll give you enough so that you can tie 2 knots, right? And then you can trim them and put them onto your flowers like that. Okay, let's grab some glue dots. And I think what I'll do is take your pick tool and we'll put a glue dot right there. And it stuck to my finger instead. Okay, one there, and then we'll put another one down here for our little guy. And see, either if you picked Shy Shamrock, this would have worked as well, right? Because those in colors are amazing. They go with every color. Look at that. That looks like funky leaves. So Shy Shamrock would also have worked. And let's go ahead and do our second knot here for our other flower. We'll stick that down onto the glue dot. It's not a glue dot. It's not, oh my goodness, words. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's our, I gotta trim up. That's a nice bow. I like that one. This one up, or a nice knot. This one up here is kind of fraying, but you know what? That's nature, right? No 2 flowers are the same, so why am I trying to make them identical, right? Let them be unique. Let them be unique. Now I've got a bigger knot up there and a smaller one. Can I change them? Oh, okay. That was not a good idea. I pulled the cardstock off. I should have known better. The glue dots are too sticky. Okay, Rose is gonna fix this now. Put a new one back on. Make your knots first and then decide what you're doing. Don't do what I did. Wow, what a day. Okay, we're gonna put the big one on the big flower and the little one on the little flower down here. Okay, alrighty. There we go. Everybody's happy now. They got the appropriate size leaves for the appropriate size flowers. And then we're going to put this onto an early espresso. I thought this would be a fun background color, but you could choose any color, right? Early espresso is what I'm choosing today, but it would work with anything, I think. Let's grab my glue and we're going to cover up that sun, that bright sun that I used on the background there, and pop this right on the front. Here we go. You know what the problem is? I didn't burnish my score line with my bone folder. I usually do that at the beginning, but I didn't, so it's not sitting flat. Okay, let's do that. Burnish my score line. Okay, hip hip hooray. And for the inside, hip hip hooray. This is your day, or happy birthday. You could say hip hip hooray, happy birthday. Let's do that, because I think I did it's your birthday, it's your day the other day on Monday. Okay, so we're going to stamp that on the inside. Happy birthday. Hip hip hooray, happy birthday. Okay, we're going to pick that up and let's stamp with, let's bring the same color. Let's do Highland Heather on the inside like so. And then you have your stamps, right? From the stamp set, you can actually come in here and do a flower. So I'm going to do, let's do a peach pie flower in the corner. Kind of tie it all together. We'll do right down here like that. And then we'll grab the small circle, put it on a block, and we'll stamp the inside with Lemon Lolly. And I know I've got ink all over my glass mat, but I'll get that cleaned up with my chamois cloth in just a second. There we go. Oops. Let's make sure that's good. Well, there we go. Okay, so there's my inside. Hip hip hooray, happy birthday. So fun. Now I'll probably grab some rhinestones. I'll put some bling in your kit to match this card, so you can bling it up a little bit. But I love how this turned out. What do you guys think? This would be a great scrapbook page as well. You could make a bunch of flowers and put them all around the pages. I was up this morning, I'd say by 5 o'clock, I was already at my scrapbook pages. I'm designing my August pages now so that I can get everything sent so that the ladies will have their stuff long before I leave for vacation. There we go, you guys. This is my fun card today using the dies from the Round We Go bundle, and as well as the stamps, of course. And this one down here, not just a rosette or a medallion. It can be a picket fence if you wanted, right? So let me just flip you around here. Thank you guys, and thank you for bearing with me today. It's only Wednesday. I was going to say it's been a week. It's only Wednesday, but Rose will get some sleep tonight after my Boston Pizza class, and I come home and go straight to bed. And I'll be back again tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for my 4th card on Thursday. Yes, it's going to be good. We're going to have a good day tomorrow. It's not going to go AWOL tomorrow. Or maybe it will. We'll just get through it anyway, no matter what happens, right? Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Linda. I had so much fun making this card, and I didn't make it ahead of time, so I wasn't quite sure. In my head, this is how it was going to look, but do you like the picket fence? Would you do it in white maybe next time, but you have to do it on a different background? Maybe balmy blue for the sky and do a white picket fence if you wanted. You could even make a shiny picket fence, cover your cardstock with some packing tape. There you go. You have a glossy fence. That would be fun, hey? All right. Take care, everyone. I hope I've inspired you. And thank you, Janet. I'm happy you're having fun. I'm having fun over here. That's for sure. All right. Have a great day today, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, 9 o'clock Mountain Time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.